all of my adult life I've had really painful periods and endometriosis and then infertility and 3 rounds of IVF. Nothing's worked to correct that, and the only way I can have a pain-free period, or could have a pain-free period, was to go on the pill, and of course that doesn't work if you're trying to have a baby. So I've been off that and just putting up with the pain for a number of years, and yeah, it was really something that ruled my life. So every month when the cycle came along, it was a day off work, lots of painkillers, and getting really sick and nauseous and pain through your legs and up your back, and it was really awful. And yeah, you couldn't do what you wanted to do, and most of all, get pregnant. Was one of the things. So I had endometriosis, which was surgically removed, and that was a couple of years ago now. But I'd just been kind of carrying on with these painful periods and just drugging myself, basically, just doping myself out to deal with that. And so found Dr. Joe. I knew about Dr. Joe for a while, but I actually decided to do the online progressive this year, and I still have access to that now, right? So it wasn't very long ago. But I've now had 2 periods which are totally pain-free, and not taken any drugs, not had any of the nausea, not had lack of energy also was a big problem for me. So I was actually at a work event when I had my last cycle, and I just powered on like as if nothing was going on at all. So I've been also looking after my health, of course, so taking supplements and things like that, but I've been doing that for a long time. And the only thing that's different is that I've been meditating every day since I started that online course, and I have pain-free periods for the first time in my life. So that's pretty cool. So I just wanted to share also why I really think that this change is because of the meditations. So I had worked through the online progressive to the clearing of the energy centers meditation, and while I was doing that meditation one day, I actually had the sensation that my first center was crazy with energy. It was just all scrambled and incoherent, and so I thought that was interesting, and just kind of focused on it a little bit, and I didn't even have to try hard, and it just released, and I got the word guilt. And I thought, oh, that's really strange, but anyway, okay. And just kind of went with it. And the energy then went into this nice coherent wave, which was kind of nice. But I didn't really know what it was about, but I had a bit of time to kind of reflect on that. And what it was about was that at some stage in my childhood, I figured out or somehow misunderstood that for me to be loved, I was actually supposed to be a boy, and I had this thought that I should have been born a boy, or I wasn't supposed to be a girl. And I've never had any gender issues or anything like that, but somewhere along the way I've connected that I'm not quite right in in that role as a girl and as a woman. And so that guilt over that, which was totally subconscious. I didn't know anything about this. All I knew was I was a tomboy when I was a kid, and when I started to go through puberty, I pushed against it as hard as I could. I didn't want anything to do with it. And then, of course, painful periods, infertility, IVF, all of that stuff. That's the information that I got about that release from the first centre, and it was all about this guilt that I wasn't the right way that I should have been. So yeah, that was really cool, and that's why I think that this meditation actually was the reason that I've had this healing. So thank you, Dr. Joe.